Pablo Parra has travelled to the barn from Sheffield, looking to Lucia Scalisi's skills to put a new twist on an old favourite.
Hi.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good. So what have we got in the bag? It looks a bit green in there. What's that?
So this is my dad's old peppermill.
Wow.
My father had a restaurant.
Okay.
And for as long as I can remember, this peppermill was in the restaurant.
What's Dad's name?
Julio.
Julio.
Yeah, Julio Parra. He's from a small town in the northwest of Spain.
Okay.
He got conscripted to the military when he was 18 and then got placed in the kitchen. So that's where he learnt his craft.
Okay.
And then he was always involved with catering after that. He got a job on the cruise ships based in Liverpool.
Wow.
That's where he met my mum, because she's from Liverpool.
Yeah.
They had a couple of pubs and then came to own the restaurant in 1990. He loved the showmanship of it all. He would flambe stuff in the middle of the restaurant on this little flambe trolley that he designed.
Yeah.
Making floating coffees, pouring the cream from way too high. And then, like, making, like, these traditional Spanish brandies with, like, a lemon, heating the glass up.
Yeah, yeah.
All for the customers to see.
Wow.
He used to like the little touches. One of those being offering every customer fresh black pepper.
So your father was the showman and the peppermill was always part of that whole choreography.
Absolutely. He would always prefer to do it, but if it was busy, he would allow someone else to offer the pepper out.
Was it an honour, then?
It wasn't an honour, no. I was 16, 17, working every Friday, Saturday night, so I think I was a bit begrudging of the peppermill at the time.
Didn't you enjoy it? I think that would have been a lot.
Have you ever worked for a father or a parent? Or...
No, I've never worked for a family member.
I think I got sacked about 15 times. Once for leaving the cheese out.
Okay. Leaving the cheese out?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That was just one of many, so...
So how long has it been in the family? When did he buy it?
I started working there when I was 15, 16.
Yeah.
And I think I can remember it being there then. So it's quite old. It's been dropped a few times. You can see where you hold on to it and where you turn it, all the paint's worn off.
OK, right. And Dad, is he still with us?
No, he passed away in 2010.
OK.
But when I was clearing out his flat, this was there, and it's just been with me ever since. And the last few years, it's becoming very temperamental and frustrating.
Oh, so you still use it?
Oh, yeah. Well, we try.
Great.
Which is one of the reasons why we're here, because it would get my wife off my back, constantly asking me, can we get a new peppermill? And no, we can't. Got to keep using this one.
So what's wrong with it, then?
It starts off OK.
Yeah.
And then, eventually, it just comes to nothing. Like that.
What would you like it to be like?
I don't want it looking brand new, because it's got a story to tell and it's all part of its charm, I think. But definitely a touch-up and just functioning properly, really. Because, like, obviously my dad was long gone before my kids have come along.
Right.
And it's a way of us telling our kids about their Papa Julio.
Oh.
That's nice.
There's a lot of memories there.
Thank you for bringing this in. And I think it's in the best hands it could be in now to get brought back to life, yeah?
Well, yeah, thank you for the challenge, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you very much.
You take care now.
Bye-bye. Thank
All
you.
right, bye-bye.
Oh, it smells great.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's proper pepper. That's nice.
Hey, Dom,
Lucia, hey!
look what I've got for you.
Look at that. Was it lunchtime?
Yeah, well spotted. It's a peppermill, Pablo's peppermill. His dad had a restaurant and that was a favourite. So it has a lot of emotional history embedded in it, but you can see the state of the outside.
How much that's been used?
Yeah.
How many years that's been?
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he said that it's not grinding the pepper, and I'm just wondering if it's something that you could look at on the inside and I'll work on the outside.
It's amazing, we've still got the nice brass top
Yeah,
nut.
that's good, isn't it?
There's 2 screws under here holding this on.
Right.
If we can keep these, it'd be nice to put them back on, wouldn't
Absolutely, yeah.
it? Here we go. Look at all this gunge. This needs a really good clean. You bring me all the best jobs, Lucia. Here we go. Made in Italy. Look at that. God, I'm getting a lung full of pepper.
I know, it's
so
really,
strong.
it is. Even now, I mean, this is old pepper, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll make sure everything's nice and straight, nice and clean. Everything's going to be working as best as it can. Over to you. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Nicola Mamato has brought 2 long-cherished friends with her from their home in East London. They need care from toy restorers Julie Tatchell and Amanda Middleditch.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You brought us a present?
I have. I've bought you 2 presents, actually.
2?
Musical twin bears.
Musical? There's 2.
So this was my bear, and this bear belonged to my identical twin sister.
Wow. Twin bears, twin sisters.
Twin sisters, yeah.
Oh, look. What was your sister's name?
Frances.
Frances.
We were just so close. We went to school together. We went to secondary school together. And when we went to secretarial college, we did that together.
Oh, wow.
She was my identical twin, but she was also my best friend. We lost her to cancer 2 years ago.
I'm sorry to hear
Sorry. It is really difficult, but I know she's up there watching me.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were given them when it was our first Christmas. Our parents used to wind them up and play them so that we would want to go to sleep. They're musical.
Yeah.
There's a little key. You would wind up and then it would play Brahms' Lullaby.
Oh, lovely.
We used to get all the chairs and line them up, and then we'd sit all the bears and the dolls on the chairs, and we would be the bus conductors, and we'd have teddy bears picnics, and yeah, we used to play for hours. But sadly, when our children had the bears, they got overwhelmed, so they don't work. And it was her dear wish that the bears, well, her bear in particular, was repaired.
So you're doing it for her?
Yeah, for my sister.
Apart from the musical movement, is there anything else you're particularly worried about?
I did do a very, very bad repair on the side, and I think my sister repaired the ear. Oh, and actually my bear's missing a mouth, so if he could have a mouth, that'd be really nice.
We can do that.
Thank you.
Do that. Aww.
This one actually belongs to my niece now. Yeah, her daughter.
Perfect.
Yeah, it would really make her feel that she'd done something really special that her mum wanted. And to hear the bears play would bring back all the lovely memories I had of playing with the bears and my sister when we were little.
Nicola, we will look after them and we will do our best for you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care. Aww. Just adorably cute.
Aren't we lucky to have one each?
Aren't we? They haven't worn identically, though.
Quite a nasty bit of frailty going on
Yes. We're going to have to get in and do some sort of lining in there, but we can make them a lot stronger. So, music box is out. Shall we go for it?
Yeah.
It's like synchronised bear mending,
It
isn't it?
is, isn't it?
Ta-da!
My key doesn't want to come out, and I don't want to pull it and cause any further damage. I'm going to take the whole bear over to Steve and see what he thinks.
I'll carry on unstuffing.
Hello.
Hi, Steve. We managed to get this music box out, which needs fixing, but this little bear won't give his up. I just can't seem to get it out.
Yeah, put the
Thank
patient
you.
down and let's have a look. Leave him with me and I'll let you know when the job's done.
Thank you. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks.
Lucia is taking a very cautious approach to cleaning decades of grease and grime off the old peppermill.
This is really a very weak solution of 1% ammonia in water. I think this is going to be a slow process, but you know what? I don't want to lose any of the original paint layer, because although it's hidden under this dirt, these are the surfaces that Pablo's dad handled. I think there are little islands of green I can see underneath the dirt. I can definitely see a gold layer. Whilst I'm doing this, I'm going to be thinking about what I'm going to do next, because of the compromise between the fact that this is a painted surface and it's actually going to be handled, which is very different to me working on a painting.
Giving the insides of the pepper grinder a little bit of a clean. Considering how much it's been used, all of these pieces are in remarkably good condition. I had some concerns that this main shaft was slightly bent and that would cause it to not grind consistently. But I've put a straight edge against it and I've checked it all out and it's perfectly straight. Other than some grime and dirt and sort of sludge that's stuck in all of the teeth of the grinding mechanism, I really can't see anything else wrong with any of this.
Finished surface cleaning all the really greasy dirt off this surface. The first thing I'm going to do, I've actually got to prepare this exposed wood, and I'm going to do that by using a synthetic acrylic gesso. It's a modern material. This is what I use on paintings as well. It's a priming layer and it will give me a nice surface to work on. And for the smaller areas, I'm going to just use a smaller brush. I love making up the traditional materials, but they're not necessarily suitable for every surface that you work on. And because this is going to be a working instrument, a working peppermill, I want to give it the best chance of survival, really. Once that's all dry and I'm happy with it, I'll be able to start thinking about the gold and then the paint layers.
This plaque on the bottom that says made in Italy was the only bit that had any signs of rust. I've soaked that in some of my rust removing solution and it's come up really nicely. I will coat that in some food safe oil to stop it from going rusty again, but I'm really chuffed with how that's come out. And this little brass nut on the top, the little crown, deserves to be a lot shinier than it is now. So now I've cleaned all the grease and the dirt off, I'm just going to rub over it with some fine wire wool. That's going to bring the brass up nice and shiny. It's lovely to have all of the original hardware. Everything that I've taken off will be going back on, minus all the sludgy dirt. Look at that, lovely. We are getting close to putting the pepper grinder back together again.
Now I've almost finished the gold paint, I'm actually moving on to the green. And I'm using acrylic. And I'm just dotting out tiny little elements of loss or damage or actual discoloration. And basically, what I'll end up with is not a perfect looking surface, because I don't want that. That's not how it's come in, and that doesn't reflect its years of service either. My mum and dad had one of these, but it was a plain dark wood one, not painted and decorated. This is much more like a piece of fine art. It's very glamorous. I'm quite pleased, actually, because I put some gold on the lid and that's actually coming through the green, and that's how I want it to be. The older it gets, because the top paint surface wears and the gold shows through, the shinier it gets. It's rather lovely, really. Somebody's really thought about how this is going to be used and how it's going to look in years to come, because this was made to last. Once this is all done, I'm going to give it a coating of food-grade oil, which will dry really hard and seal all the paintwork in and make the finish look really glossy and lovely.
The barn's next project will be one for stained glass restorer Matt Nichols.
It's looking pretty special, this.
It's all right, isn't it?
A few broken bits, but I can't wait to see who owns this.
For Amberley Cake, who's from Portsmouth, the stained glass is incredibly special.
There she is.
Hi.
Hello.
All
Hiya.
right.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good. Can't
Good.
complain. So this is yours, yeah?
Yeah, well, it was my granddad's.
Okay. And where did he get this from?
I believe he got it on site one day when he was working as a labourer. I think someone put it in the skip
Yeah.
and he took a liking to it and decided to take it home.
Hopefully he got permission.
Oh, of course.
All right.
I'm not surprised he took a liking to this. It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's lovely, yes. It was actually on my granddad's pigeon loft because he kept pigeons, he raced them. It's right on the front of the loft.
So the pigeons appreciated this stained glass.
I hope so, yeah. I think he probably saw the bird and thought that would be a great addition to my loft. My nan loved butterflies. Everything in their house was butterflies. And then obviously there's a bird and a butterfly.
Yeah.
He was just a really romantic man with gifts and just the way he was.
What was Grandad's name?
Ken.
Yeah. So how many pigeons did he have in this loft?
15 to 20, maybe more. One of my main memories with my granddad, me and my sister going in and helping him with the birds.
Yeah, yeah.
And when the sun shines through that, it just looked so nice in there, and I just loved it. It was literally right where the bird feed was, and we'd go and get the bird feed and help him feed it. As a child, that was my main memory of what we did with my nan and granddad. We'd go over the back of Portsdown Hill and we'd go and set them off, and then we'd race them home.
And how come it's in this kind of condition now, if it was in the pigeon loft?
Yes,
It's like-
so my granddad passed away in 2010, so the pigeon loft's been empty for a lot of years. And then a few years ago, there was a slight fire, and me and my mum went round to my nan's to sort of help her out with it, and we found it laying on the floor. It is quite sad, because I know that he loved it.
So what would you like Matt to do to this?
The bits that are broken would be amazing if they could be fixed, just to make the lead a bit more sturdy so that it doesn't feel like it's going to fall apart as soon as you touch it.
Yeah.
And maybe a frame of some kind.
OK. There's a few broken bits. Would you like me to replace any glass at all?
If you can replace it, that would be great. It's quite sad seeing it look as miserable as it does.
Thank you for bringing this in.
No worries,
All
thank
right.
you.
Thanks.
Cheers, see you
take care
later.
now. Bye-bye.
You know what? The lead, from looking now, looks all original.
You sound
Right.
excited about this.
Yeah, really am. Yeah.
All right, we'll get stuck in there.
Yeah. Amberley's stained glass window is absolutely beautiful. It's so quintessentially Victorian, absolutely love it. You've got this beautiful painted bird roundel in the centre, this geometric pattern, which is so Victorian as well. Now, there's quite a few pieces here that are broken or missing, but I'll be able to get a very, very good match for these muted tones. With these painted pieces, I'm going to really meticulously repair those. But unfortunately, the two outer borders, the one on the perimeter and this inner one, there's so much broken glass and mangled lead. I'm going to take the borders off, and then I'm going to have to cut a new glass and lead up the outside like a normal stained glass jigsaw. But first, I need to start off with a rubbing. Doing a rubbing is so important for creating a blueprint of the window itself. Any of the pieces that I take out of the lead framework are going to be put on this, and I know exactly which ones went where. Just feels very magical when it's all coming together.
Steve is a long way off the magical stage. He's just beginning to assess what's wrong with the teddy bear's musical boxes.
So we've got what's really a pretty standard 18-note comb. And I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure on the mainspring to see if we can actually get the beast running. The gear train sound. Well, we've got a half-decent result there, actually. I think a bit of a service and we'll be doing quite nicely there. So Flush with success. Let's diagnose the problems we got with this. Ew. Well, it's really rather stiff. I suspect the problem is the winding mechanism. So although they're identical boxes, the damage is not identical. So I need to get in there and investigate.
I have to address this little hole on Francis's teddy in the seam around his eye. And I decided to put a piece of felt backing inside so that I've got something strong that I can stitch into. And because of the coarse weave of the fabric, there's quite a few areas where the seams are pulling apart and holes are forming. Normally these seam repairs are done from the inside, but we can't take these bears apart because they are quite frail and we could risk making far more damage. Now the felt's in place, I've decided I'm also going to put an extra material called restoration mesh. This helps to lay everything flat and contain all those loose threads and fibres, so I'm keeping as much of the original fabric in place as I can. It'll be visible, but only if you look really hard. That's my plan.
This little gear wheel on the end of the cylinder. This is very important because it rotates the cylinder to give us the music that we want. It's damaged beyond repair. The teeth have got like a trough worn in them. Any other gear wheel trying to mesh into this will just skip past it. I've got to replace it with this. Now, there's a round hole in there and it's not square. I've got to take some very precise measurements to reshape the hole in the centre of this gear wheel so it will fit precisely on there. It can't be a little bit out of true, otherwise the mechanism won't run. So now I'm going to cut this naughty gear wheel off. Whew. I'm going to put that in the graveyard there. The job now has to be to convert that round hole into a square hole. Got a square shaft there that I can accurately measure, and it's 3.03 of a millimetre. I'll file away until the hole's square. Most of my job is trying to fit a square peg into a round hole.
Darning is a bit of a dying art, really, but it works so well on vintage bears. Once I've finished all my left to right stitches, I'll be able to start weaving in and out, up and down, and then I'll be able to go on to the rest of my repairs.
Right, I think the next stage is to offer up this gear wheel to the cylinder and see if I've achieved a nice square hole that will fit on this square shaft. And the gear wheel is actually a lovely sort of tight fit. To say it's pleasing is putting it mildly. I'm just going to do a little bit of a dry run and assemble just enough to test the work that I've done. And that's just going to sit in there. There's no little sort of high spots. I'm pretty pleased with that. That's quite nice. That's gone better than I expected. So, next stage, assemble both mechanisms, not anticipating any problems, give them back to Amanda and Julie.
With the surfaces and mechanics of the old peppermill revitalised, Lucia and Dom have reached a turning point.
Lucia, come on then. Let's put this thing back together. eh?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All the metalwork is nice and cleaned up, nice and straight, all good to go. That bit's first, in the bottom. That's it.
Okay.
That goes in there. Then that goes on the top.
Oh! Pablo and his family are going to be able to use this, aren't they? And it's going to work perfectly.
Now it's that bit. Come on, Lucia, you do the honours.
Okay, I'm thrilled about this bit.
The crown back in place.
That really reflects.
Yeah.
It's like an echo of the
That'll
gold,
take
isn't
up
it?
any of the
All the
slack.
way up.
That's it.
Oh, that's beautiful, beautiful. Oh, it sounds nice.
Yeah.
Nice, dry.
The only thing we're missing now
Yeah.
is some pepper.
We'll get that for when Pablo comes in. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Whoa, whoa, I think that's too much, isn't it?
No, it's not. I think that'll be good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Pablo's gonna be here in a minute.
Okay.
Happy?
The peppermill once brought a theatrical flourish to Julio's restaurant, but now his son Pablo hopes it can return to active service at home as a reminder of his dad.
All right, how you doing?
How are we doing?
Hi, Pablo.
Nice to see you again.
back.
Look at that smile, man. That's what I like to see.
Yeah.
So how you feeling?
Yeah, good. Nervous, excited. Can't wait to get it back home and give it a whirl.
You ready to see it, yeah?
I am, yeah.
Cheer. Go on, do the honours.
Wow. Look at that. That's incredible.
All the original paintwork is still there and on show, but it's all been blended in with the retouched and reconstructed.
Even that's looking very clean
Yeah,
and new.
Dom fixed the internal mechanism.
Yeah?
It should be working.
Should I take it for a spin?
Yes, please.
Oh my word, I'm a bit nervous. Yeah, go for it. Yay!
I feel like I'm 16 again. Would you like some black pepper? Amazing.
Like a time machine.
Oh, that's best.
That smells
Smells
so good.
good.
Yeah.
What would your dad make of it now?
He'd love it.
Yeah.
He would be proud.
Yeah.
He would love that. Really good.
Bless.
To have something on the kitchen side that reminds me of him is only a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a conversation starter as well. And I imagine it's going to stay in the family forever now as well, so...
It's gorgeous.
Well, it's yours to take home now.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy it.
All the best.
Enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for bringing it in.
All the best.
Pleasure.
All right, bye-bye.
The peppermill looks great. It doesn't look brand new. It still looks like it's got a story to tell and it's got that antique feel to it. It just took me straight back to working at the lodge all those years ago, but it also reminded me of my dad. I spent so much time with my dad when he was ill that for a long time I could only remember that version of him. So the peppermill links to him when he was at the lodge, when he was at his best. So it's a good memory.
Matt is ready to start replacing the missing geometric panels from the window that once lit up a pigeon loft.
I'm just marking out exactly where I need to cut. I need to make sure that this is really nice and precise. I'm just tapping the edge there to release the glass a little bit easier. So let's have a look. It's not too small. That's good. So I'm just going to take back some of this solder joint on the edge here. These windows are all handcrafted. When I'm trying to put this new piece of glass in, it makes it a bit more tricky, but them all being handcrafted and individual is really the beauty of stained glass. And I can feel that it's gonna go, yes, there we go. There's a lot of missing pieces which I need to replace. Then I'm gonna start working on these broken painted pieces. I'm really happy with the way this is going so far. I've managed to fill all of the gaps with new glass. However, this central painted piece at the top here has multiple cracks. So what I've decided to do is use a conservation resin to bond all of the edges together. Before that, though, I need to take it out of the window. If I can release these two triangular edge pieces, then I should hopefully be able to just slide out this piece here. I'm using my experience of how much pressure you can put on glass and lead without risking breaking it. In the past, when I was training, there were probably a few bits of glass that were accidentally broken. Yes. Right, so I've got that lead out. That's perfect. Now I can start the resining process. In order to make sure that the resin doesn't spill out, I need to tape up the area to create a barrier for the resin so that it can't drip through. This resin has the same refractive index as glass, meaning that when it sets, it's going to look exactly the same as the glass. What I'm doing here is just using this scalpel and just running it along the edge of the cracks. It's going to drip through and it's going to create this lovely bond. I'm happy with the way the resin is looking. What I need to do next is start working on the lead and the border. It's lovely to see the border taking shape, but some of the pieces are broken in half, and for those, I've cut this new piece of glass which matches the originals very well. What I'm doing is just using my eye to cut where I know that the original lead line was. Once I've done this one row of blue, I can work my way around, and then I've got the second layer of the border to work on. This outside border is looking really pristine and absolutely fab. I'm just cementing up the window now. It does seem a bit odd that I'm making it a lot more messy. In the long run, this is actually what's going in between the glass and the lead and creating that really important, strong bond. Without the cement, the window is going to be very fragile. With the cement, it becomes strong, secure, and watertight. After this, I need to put some whiting on, which draws out the moisture, let the cement set, and then I can start picking it out. That's when I really start to see all the crystallines taking shape and the window becomes a window again rather than a big mess on a bench.
Julie and Amanda's work on the twin bears given to devoted twin sisters is almost done.
Now I've got to put his mouth on, and then he'll be ready for his new music box. This is going to bring his face to life.
Do you know what I've just noticed? You've got a brass key. Bear 2's got A more silvery coloured one.
So we're never going to get muddled up.
Brilliant. And once all the stuffing's inside, I can be confident that that's going to last quite a few more years.
Nicola is returning to the barn with Stephanie, daughter of her late twin Francis, keen to see if the treasured musical bears are back to their old selves.
Ladies, you ready?
Yes. Yes. This is Francis's bear.
Nice.
And Nicholas.
Music boxes, checked?
Checked.
Well done.
Hello.
How we doing?
Hi, yeah, fine, thank you.
Good. So how you both feeling?
Excited but nervous, aren't we?
Yeah.
And the last time you heard them?
About 25 years ago.
I mean, I remember being sort of really young and hearing my mum's bear working when it got overwhelmed, and she was so upset because it was such a key part of their childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ready to see them?
Yeah. Oh. The missing mouth is back.
Yeah. But the stitching as well, because they had stitches on the faces that were pulling apart.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you.
But yeah, they look amazing.
Steve Kember worked really hard on the music boxes for you.
Oh, wow. Oh. Really special. It reminds me of my childhood.
We've done it for her.
You have.
You have?
You have.
Thank you.
What's the future hold for them?
Mine's going to sit downstairs so that I always look at him.
Maybe you need to bring them together for family occasions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can
Nice,
see each other
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
That would be really
Stephanie
sweet.
often comes and stays with us, so she could bring the bear.
She's cursing me now, aren't you?
Yeah. It's not me that's being invited anymore. It's the bear.
It's the bear.
Just along for the ride.
Well, it's time to take the bears home, isn't it?
It is.
Thank you so much.
Means the world, and we're so happy. Thank you.
Good.
Take care.
To hear the bears playing after such a long time, it was like stepping back to when we were children and we were together. It was a very special moment.
The bears will have to do a joint concert for everyone when we get home.
Yeah, they'll often be played. It's too lovely to not.
Matt's restoration of the stained glass window is nearly complete.
I'm making sure that there's a nice clean line between where all the glass and the lead meet and there's no excess cement. What's going to finish this off perfectly, though, is to put it in a frame. This frame is going to beautifully surround the window for Amberley, but also it's going to offer a lot of support. I have to be really careful as I'm doing this. Fitting nicely. There we go. This is looking absolutely fantastic in the frame. I'm loving how it's surrounded now. Once this is done, all I need to do is give it one last polish and then it's ready to give back to Amberley.
Salvaged from a skip to adorn a loft for racing pigeons, this window had long ceased to be the lustrous jewel of its Victorian heyday.
It does look amazing.
Thanks, Jay.
Well done. We've got to get covered up.
Yeah,
All
thanks.
Amberley hopes it can now be a lasting memento of her pigeon fancier grandad and her happy childhood.
There she is. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain.
Oh,
What's
I'm
wrong?
so nervous.
You're nervous.
I'm so excited to see it. I just feel really emotional already.
So what are you expecting?
I can't wait just to see it cleaned up. Even just that would just be amazing.
You okay?
Yeah.
You ready?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. It looks incredible. Just up like that. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, look at that bird. Oh, it looks so good. He just looks, like, more alive. Oh, my goodness. It literally looks incredible. I can't believe how much you've done. Oh, my God. From what it was before,
yeah.
I can't believe that blue. It was so dull, wasn't it, before? I couldn't tell you which bits were missing and which bits are new. I can't believe you've managed to do all that. It's just, thank you so much.
Bless you.
It just brings back so many memories. And there's not loads that we have left of my granddad.
Yeah.
And he would absolutely love it. Oh, my God, I can only imagine what he would be like right now if he saw it. He would love it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for bringing this in.
Thank you.
It's Matt.
Yeah.
It's all Matt. He's done it all.
It was such a pleasure working on this window. It really was.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well, we're going to get this sent up to you safely.
Amazing.
All right?
Yeah, thank you so much.
So you take care.
Thank
all right?
you.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, bye.
Nice one. Perfect. I'll leave it to you.
Cheers.
After all the, the fire and everything that's gone on with the shed and how it looks now, the one thing we've been able to save was something that Grandad would have absolutely adored. So I think he would be really proud that we've been able to do this today, yeah. Sorry. I am so excited to get it home and to show all the rest of the family. It will just bring back so many memories for everyone that they will absolutely adore it.